Time to make a bad decision.
What happened? Gunshots, right?
Yes, gunshots.
So yeah, what decision are you making?
It's Remy. It's Remy with a gun. Go to the portal. Go to the portal. Go to the portal. Go.
You know we're going to the portal.
It's such a bad idea.
We know, but we're still going to the portal.
It's such a bad idea.
Last we left, there was a note that said, "Don't go to the portal."
And then we heard gunshots at the portal. And then what we do? We went to the fucking portal. All right, great. Good talk. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
This is probably terrible.
It's a terrible idea. It's the worst idea.
Which is why we have to do it.
Well, it's all right. At the very least, we've got to save right before this terrible idea. So when it goes out terribly, if we really need to, we can go back and do it the right way properly.
True.
It's entirely possible this straight up leads to a bad end. You realize?
No.
The path I took was a familiar one by now. Even with the night falling, it was easy for me to find my way around. Long, grotesque shadows stretched before me, and the atmosphere was eerie and dangerous. I couldn't tell if it was because of the evening's shroud of darkness, or if the urgent situation tugging at my mind had twisted my perception.
You're gonna die, motherfucker.
Oh my god, we're so gonna die. I made it past the village border and pressed on. There is still a fair distance to go. Suddenly, gloved hands grabbed me from behind, clamping over my mouth. I couldn't make a sound. I fucking told you.
So
Wait.
it's a long distance from where we're staying to the portal. What kind of gun was it? Because,
guns are very loud.
Guns are loud, man. Guns are loud and it's quiet. There's no like electricity in cars and shit, right?
I mean,
we're talking like
loud, and then there's loud.
It was loud. Gunshots are incredibly loud.
Alright, from what I could see, it was the same hooded figure I had met in the maintenance room after the second murder. Who were we having read for this person? Was it?
I think
Kayla?
Kayla was reading for her.
Yes, even though it looked like a dude.
Okay.
It's too late. Maverick arrived before you did, and he'll make sure that no one uses the portal today. Don't follow me.
I was shoved to the ground, and before I could regain my composure, the figure vanished into the darkness. We're gonna follow him, aren't we?
I hope so.
If Maverick was still in the area, it was not a good idea to stay here. I wouldn't want to feel his suspicions, or worse. I figured it was time to go back to the police department anyway. Alright, we got a reckless achievement and accomplished nothing.
Love it. We didn't die.
There you are, Zani.
It seems to me you've taken a liking to Bryce's chair.
Maybe. I could get used to this. Don't tell Bryce, though. By the way, we have evidence that Reza visited the portal today. Someone reported loud bangs consistent with what we know about his weapon. We did manage to catch him, but I wonder if this stunt meant he's getting desperate.
Who knows?
Now, let's take a look at what you've got for me. This isn't much information to go on, but who knows when it could come in handy.
What information do we have for him? Didn't we attempt to go talk to somebody about something and get waylaid by a freaking ice cream merchant and do nothing useful?
Like that,
I'm pretty sure this is we did nothing useful.
We did check out one other place, didn't we? Where we probably found nothing useful.
I don't think we did. I think he gave us 3 options, and we picked one, and then got waylaid by an ice cream merchant, and that was that. And then instead of doing something clever like telling the police about the gunshots, we went off and wandered off to the portal and found nothing useful there either.
Why are you looking at me like this is my fault?
Because you were the one who'd go to the portal. Go to the portal.
3 of us said to do it.
Yeah,
including you, so technically 4.
Yeah, but it's still.
I said nothing.
Yeah, whatever.
You were thinking it.
Silent assertion.
I do what I can.
I know, and your help is greatly appreciated, believe me. Especially since we're so short on staff right now. That'll be all for today. I'll contact you if we need anything.
That's gotta be a true.
Of course.
See ya next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye. What? Now.
Daytime, you never get to sleep.
Finally, a free day. What should I do? Oh, we can date somebody again. Katsu. Oh, right. That was the ice cream merchant guy.
Up to you, whatever you want to do.
I mean, we gotta go talk to a dean. We're dating a dean, remember?
Oh, right. Yes, yes, we are.
Because we can't date Anna because she's dead.
Are you sure you don't want to meet? You don't want to date Bryce too?
Ugh, Bryce. No, I mean, maybe eventually, but not this run. Here we are again.
Just a minute.
She at least doesn't make me wait 2 hours.
I hope I didn't forget anything.
You said something about going to the beach?
Yep. You know, I'm glad they decided not to send you away after all.
We're just not going to tell her.
Strong word.
Me too.
Oh, guess who got her entry confirmation for the stuck flying competition?
Sweet. Is it? Oh, we gotta go. Is it me?
Yes. Don't be silly, Zani. I've got it right here in black and white. We are happy to confirm your entry into the annual stunt flying competition. Please have your competitor number ready and show up at the That's incorrect. Organizer's booth at the summer festival by...
I didn't notice that when I was reading it.
Well, who cares about the rest? I'm in.
That's great.
Yeah, but the festival's pretty soon. I have to make the most of the time until then to get my skills up to par.
Yeah, gotta practice.
I thought you already had years of experience.
Yeah, but now I have to practice the best routine I can possibly come up with, not to mention making sure I can execute it flawlessly when the time comes. Practicing in general is very different than practicing for an event like this one where I have to do a sonic rain boom.
Damn it, Rainbow Dash.
I mean, in general, it's like if you practice acting all your life, you still have to rehearse for your part.
Exactly.
I see.
Are you ready to see some stuff flying?
So ready.
Yeah.
Even more if they actually give us a freaking video, or at least a still of it. Sure.
Probably a still.
Let's go then.
Ooh.
It'll definitely be a still, I think.
Yeah, it'll probably be a still.
Yep,
I'll-
that's
I'll-
the beach.
So this is where you usually practice?
I practice just about anywhere, but today's a nice day for a beach visit. Water and sand are also good surfaces to practice complicated maneuvers on, in case you can't make the landing.
Makes sense.
Suppose sand would be a better landing surface if you had scales.
Yes. Well, don't let me hold you up.
Oh, I can't just start practicing right now. I'm still giddy with excitement from getting that letter earlier. Besides, I wanted to hang out with you while you were here as well.
She does like me.
Well, yeah.
Sounds good to me. Do you visit the beach often?
Not really. Except for practice, that is. It does make for a nice backdrop while I fly, though.
I see.
Do you ever go to the beach?
No, it's not something that was possible for me in the last couple of years, but it certainly used to be something other people would do.
I see. Sunning yourself can be nice sometimes, but I'm not really a fan of going swimming.
There's so much more you can do at the beach, though.
Like
Play
what?
beach volleyball.
You already mentioned sunning. Do you ever get a tan?
What's that?
I guess that's a no, then. To be fair, you are completely covered in scales, so I imagine you wouldn't be affected. Tanning is a reaction of the skin when it's exposed to sunlight. If humans stay in the sun for a while, our skin can get darker.
How strange.
And if we are exposed for too long, we could even get what's called a sunburn.
And what's that?
Well, the skin can take on a reddish tint, and it can also be painful and cause dizziness.
So you have to be careful not to stay in the sun for too long?
Pretty much, though that isn't necessarily true for all of us. Depending on the skin tone, people can be more or less affected by the radiation.
I see. That sounds kind of complicated. Does that mean we shouldn't stay here for too long?
They probably don't have sunscreen in this world,
But they clearly have shade.
I mean, shade, I think, is a kind of a universal concept.
One of these is going to result in you getting a sunburn. I think it's the middle one.
Sounds like...
Yeah, the middle one will get you a sunburn.
So I think I'll just have to be
And the top
careful if
one?
you don't want a sunburn. And if you also do want a sunburn, probably the bottom one.
I mean, I don't burn very easily.
You?
I don't burn very easily.
You're white as hell.
I am, but that doesn't mean I burn very easily.
Yes,
You
it does.
do. You do burn easily. You just wear 5 million layers because you have no body fat.
Fine, I'll just have to be careful.
I see. Just let me know if I need to do anything. Like shade you with my wings.
We were all thinking it.
Could you?
Sure, will do. You said you don't like swimming all that much. Why's that?
Well, as you can imagine, I prefer the air to the sea, even though we flyers have quite a relationship with the water.
What kind of relationship are we talking about? Do I need to be jealous?
Yes.
We use it to hunt.
I see. So you go fishing, but can't swim all that well.
Pretty much. We can do enough to safely hunt and paddle on the surface, but that's about it. If we actually want to go swimming, it's recommended we wear a life vest.
Is it that bad?
Our wings are made for flying, not for swimming. The movements and musculature are rather different. With some training, we can learn to swim better, but it still wouldn't really be effective.
I see.
And besides, who would choose to learn to swim if we already have the air to ourselves?
Flying is just your thing, I guess.
Pretty much. You made it sound as if beaches are a pretty important thing for humans.
I wouldn't say important. Rather, it's a unique way for people to spend time. It was often done as a leisure activity or a way to spend holiday vacations.
Before the end of the world.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty important to me. What else did you do at the beach?
Let me think.
Wet t-shirt contest. Slicing open watermelons.
I'm gonna skip some stones.
I got an idea and started looking for something in the sand on the ground. With a bit of digging, I found a flat, smooth stone and showed it to her. Do you have any idea what I'm going to do with this?
No.
Not really.
Let me show you something.
A magic trick.
I went to the edge of the water, followed closely by Adine. Now, watch this. I extended my arm with the best technique I could muster before I threw the stone toward the water. Spinning in the air, the stone bounced on the water's surface a few times before it sunk into the sea.
What was that?
Magic! That'll be $5.
Physics.
Stone skipping. Never heard of it?
No. How do you do that?
Science!
No. It's magic. I can show you.
I will teach you the spell.
I looked around for another suitable stone and soon found one near the edge of the water. Let's start with the stone. Ideally, we want one that has a big surface area, but is as flat as possible.
Got it.
This one is also really smooth, which helps too.
Okay, so we need smooth, flat stones.
Now, the technique is also pretty important.
More important than the stone, really.
I'm not sure how well this will translate to your anatomy, but I'll just show you how I do it, and then we can figure out what you can do.
Okay.
Hold the stone like this, extend your arm, and curl it like this. Then you have to throw it in such a way that it stays relatively stable in the air, but spins as fast as you can make it. I do it like this. I threw the stone, once again showing her how it subsequently bounced a few times over the water's surface before it sunk into the sea.
Oh, I'm not sure if I can do that.
We'll see. Maybe we can figure something out. Let's look for a stone first.
Okay.
We both started looking for another appropriate stone. I saw Adine scratching around the sand with one of her feet. She crouched down to pick something up before she returned to me.
Here, what about this one?
That should work. See, you've already got that part down.
Guess so.
Okay, now for the technique. She was holding the stone in the claws at the edge of her wing. I tried to guide her by pulling her wing back like I would an arm, but it became clear to me that it lacked a lot of maneuverability an arm would have. For the throw, you want to move your wing forward as fast as you can, and at the very end of the extension, let go of the stone.
I'll try.
I could see her moving her wing awkwardly. She pushed it forward before releasing the stone, which sunk without bouncing a single time.
That didn't work.
Yeah, there wasn't really enough spin on it.
Let me try again.
Alright. I waded a few steps into the water to retrieve the stone she'd thrown only moments ago. Here you go.
I'll try something different this time.
Feel free. Instead of using her wing, she took the stone with the dexterous claws on one of her feet as she continued to stand on the other leg. Effortlessly, she pulled her leg back before rapidly moving it forward and releasing the stone. It flew in a bit of an upward arc before it bounced off the water's surface once and subsequently sunk into the ocean's waters. Nice!
Not bad, huh?
I had no idea you could do that with your leg.
Actually, our legs are what we mainly use to grab things. It only gets complicated if I'm supposed to be moving at the same time, like when I'm waiting in the cafe.
Interesting. I suppose for someone who's hunting while flying, that's pretty much a requirement.
It is. Actually, if I'm at home and eating chips or something, I usually use my feet as well.
How's sanitary?
Sounds kind of funny.
It does. It probably isn't even half as funny as you're picturing it. Oh, I think it's twice as funny. That was a neat trick, though. So what else can you do at the beach?
I don't know. Build sandcastles?
I haven't done that in like 2 decades.
I tried to imagine what a team building sandcastle would look like. Based on what I knew now, she probably wouldn't be using her wings. Wouldn't you believe me if I told you we used to have contests for building sandcastles back home?
Really?
Yeah.
That's for everything.
People would build huge, detailed sculptures that would be taller than both of us, just with sand.
Oh, wow. That sounds hard, though.
Oh.
I mean, it is to build.
Yeah, building competition level sandcastles is ridiculous.
But building
also.
a basic sandcastle is not hard.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
To me, it seems a bit of a shame to build big, elaborate sculptures out of something like sand that clearly won't last. I mean, if you're going to spend so much time on it, why not create something that will stay?
That's actually the point, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, really?
Yeah, people demonstrate their skill in creating these sculptures. By using something like sand, they prove that it doesn't matter if the sculpture gets destroyed in the end, because they can just do it again if they like.
Oh, I see. That's pretty interesting.
Actually, it's not unlike your stunt flying competition.
How so?
Well, during your competition, nothing lasted is created from the performance itself. It's all about the experience and memories. You have to prove that you are skilled enough to do those stunts right at that very moment just for the competition.
That is a good point. I'm in the mood for a snack.
Gonna go catch something?
Should I get something for you as well?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. You can watch me if you like. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from it.
Yeah, we'll definitely
Probably.
learn some sweet flying technique that we can apply immediately. You want to teach me how to fish?
Sure, since you taught me the... What was it called again?
Stone skipping.
Right. Since you taught me stone skipping, I can show you how to fish.
Okay.
We can actually have 2 very different ways of doing it. There is hunting and angling. Personally, I prefer hunting though.
I can see why.
Let me demonstrate.
She took a few steps back, then started running towards the edge of the sea. Rapidly flapping her wings, she jumped into the air at the last second, taking off and flying around the area. I could see her staring at the sea intently, circling a few times before descending towards the water's surface, claws extended. When she got close enough, her claws suddenly sunk into the water, only to reappear with a fish in their grasp. Afterwards, she returned and landed near me.
She has her goggles on!
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, but I think my distinct lack of wings would probably prevent me from doing the same thing.
You don't have to do exactly the same thing. In the end, I'm just grabbing them right out of the sea. You could do that.
I'm not so sure about that. It's a lot easier with your claws. Fish can be pretty slippery.
I guess you have a point. Well, there's still the other method.
Angling.
Yep, angling. See my tail?
Really?
Astutely.
With the moon.
She showed me her tail. At its end, there was a fork in it. With its distinct shape, size, and color, it reminded me a lot of a banana. What about it?
This is the bait.
She sat down near the edge of the water, letting her tail hang down into it.
This can take a while sometimes, but there are techniques which can speed up the process. The right amount of movement attracts different kinds of fish. That way, we can even choose what we're going to get.
And that works?
Yeah, not all the time, but often enough.
Interesting.
There are even groups that exchange tips and such for angling this way.
Suddenly, I saw her whip her tail upwards. which caused the fish to be launched toward the beach, where it landed on the ground with an audible thud.
There you go.
That didn't take too long.
It can be very hit and miss. I just got lucky this time. It's not even the kind of fish I really wanted.
I guess that's why you prefer hunting.
Yep. And you don't also get the nibble scars on your tail where the fish bite you.
I see.
Though I suppose angling is also going to be hard for you without a forked tail like we have.
Thus tools.
Actually, we have fishing rods for that where I come from.
What's that?
The principle is very similar. Basically, it's a long stick that we hold over the water. A line connected to it has a bait and a hook at the end to catch the fish. When the fish bites the hook, we can reel in the line to get the fish to us.
So you are using a tool to do a very similar thing.
Is there one?
Basically, yes. Sometimes we also fish using nets.
Oh, some of us do that as well. Not my kind, but usually it's those who either work for a fishing company or sell seafood on the market.
I imagine someone like you doesn't have to buy their fish on the market, though.
True, but sometimes it's easier just to get there to get what I want to, instead of coming all the way here.
I see.
Speaking of which, let me get a few more for later.
Feel free. Once more, Adine took the sky to hunt the fish. While it was interesting to watch her for a bit, she kept hunting for a while, and I started passing the time by collecting some seashells.
Whew, that should last me for a while. Oh, what are those? Seashells?
I mean...
The choice is yours.
Of course they're for her.
For me? What for?
Well, you could decorate your apartment with them or something.
I see. Maybe I should ask you to clarify this, but does this have any particular significance for humans?
Ah. Not really, it's just a gift.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Zani. All that hunting was a good warm-up. I feel about ready to start with the practice now.
Go ahead, I'll watch from here.
Let's do some flying.
Actually, now that'll be part of the official competition. I need a fancy stage name.
Oh.
Do you have something in mind?
Zephyr Breeze.
God damn it, no more ponies.
And anyway, Zephyr's awful.
Not really. Have you got any ideas?
Oh, wow.
Free fall.
Free fall?
Or custom name unless you can.
Rainbow Dash?
God damn it, no, we're not naming her Rainbow Dash. Probably.
I feel like we cannot properly give her a stage name without seeing her perform.
That's
I feel
true,
her
but
stage name should match
But we don't
her
have
style.
it.
we don't have that option. We have to come up with one now. So I'm not sure I really like any of these names.
Where's my phone? Alex, find my phone. I'll find my phone.
What do you need your phone for?
Look up synonyms for wind.
Zephyr, Breeze.
I vote for,
What do you got? What do you
I vote
got?
for lightning.
Lightning. She is
kinda
very
Free
yellow.
Fall the best, but I also am not hugely confused by any of them.
I feel like what you pick is going to have some intonation.
I mean, maybe, but since we can do a custom name, I'm not sure.
Okay. His name was Soren.
No.
Okay, synonyms for flying. Winged. Rushed, hurry, quick. Okay, let's try it.
Or you could just pick one of the
Oh,
default ones. What we got?
avian. Mercurial. Oh, that's just mean.
Yeah.
On the wing, plume soaring. Volar. That's funny.
What the
It's probably an archaic term.
Yeah.
I got it. Mazda, because she seems.
Oh my god.
Hold on,
I kind of
just
want to call her Mercuria now.
Synonyms for wind. Cyclone. Flurry. Gale. Mistral. Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Mistral song or something. Is it a minstrel? Get it? Whirlwind.
I kind of like Mistral, mostly because of Ruby.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, I thought it might.
Alright, let's do Mistral. Let me think. How about
Stage name. It's a terrible stage name.
Mistral? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mistral. Are you sure?
Yes.
That sounds alright. Do you mind if I go with that?
Not at all.
What? I'm sorry, I'm here. Mistral it is then. I got sucked into Wikipedia. Alright, are you ready to see some aerobatics?
I certainly hope so.
I'll start off with a few easy moves.
The stage is yours, Mistral.
Thanks.
Effortlessly, she took to the skies, circling around the area a few times before she started to do a few maneuvers.
Yes, Art.
Ooh. She's cute. A roll followed by a loop, after which she did another roll. It seemed to be less of a practice routine and more of a warm-up to me. Gradually, her maneuvers got more complicated. I saw circles that got smaller and smaller, a brief nosedive, and multiple loops and rolls, one after another. Then she landed and returned to me.
What do you think?
That was great.
You haven't even seen the best part yet. It's a sonic rain boom.
God damn it. What would that be?
No, it's a super speed strut.
My very own Adeen's Special, or rather, Mistral Special. It's a routine I came up with and have been practicing for a while. It's pretty difficult, so I'll probably spend the rest of my time until the competition perfecting it as much as possible.
What does it look like?
It starts off with circles near the ground. Then, as I ascend, circles get smaller and smaller. Once I reach the highest point, or apex, I go into a nosedive through the middle of the circles. At the show, I'll use a smoke trail when doing the circles, so everyone can actually see me going through the circles I made. Can you please stop saying circles?
Circle, circle, circle. Circle.
Circle, 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 circle.
Nothing.
You knew that was going to happen.
I didn't.
You should have.
If I thought anything was going to happen, it would be you doing that.
Why do I need it when I've got my lesions? Alright. That sounds pretty cool.
That's not all of it. While nosediving, I'll do a few rolls, and just before I hit the ground, I'll pull up again. Lastly, I'll end with a few loops and go to the next maneuver. It all ends up making a neat shape in the sky with the smoke trails.
Sounds like you've got it all figured out already.
Yeah, now I only have to perfect my execution of it.
Don't let me hold you up.
Alright, here we go.
With determination in her eyes, she took to the skies once more. When she reached a certain height, she slowly descended again until she was close to the water's surface. Then she started making her circles, slowly ascending as the circles gradually got smaller and smaller. Once her circles became as small as possible, she suddenly turned herself around and went into a nosedive. Her speed quickly increased while she moved towards the water. Then she did a roll and another, followed by the third. Dangerously close to the water's surface, she suddenly pulled up, but as she did so, one of her feet went below the surface, where it apparently caught onto something, causing her to spin out of control. God damn it, I expected this. I thought this might happen. I saw her feeble attempt to regain control as she barely managed to steady herself enough to get back to the beach. She made a rough landing, rolling on the ground a few times before colliding with the sand. Adeen, are you alright?
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Sure, it's not the first crash that she's been through.
God damn it, Spike. It looked pretty impressive until the landing.
Ouch, my wing hurts.
Let me take a look. Can you move it?
A bit, but it really starts to hurt if I go further than this.
At least it doesn't seem to be broken.
Yeah, maybe you should get to an actual doctor.
Yeah, I guess it's a sprain. Happens all the time.
Really?
Well, not all the time, but it happens.
What about the competition?
The injury is going to put a serious damper on my practice schedule, but I'm not giving up anytime soon.
I guess practice is over for today at the very least.
Yeah, let's head back.
Womp womp.
I should have some bandages in the cabinet over there.
I'll get them for you. What now?
Would you do me the honors?
Of course. Where should I start?
I think it's this joint right here. Yep, definitely.
Okay, let me try to get this right. Am I gonna have? Is this a mini game? Do I have to? What?
All right, you did it. Congratulations.
Found the joint, clicked on it.
Here, that should do it. How does it feel?
Much better. Maybe with this, I can even start practicing again in a day or two.
Just be safe.
Of course. Well, thanks for the help with the bandage, and sorry about cutting practice short today. I guess you didn't get to see any proper aerobatics after all.
It's no big deal. Your health is more important.
Thanks for coming at any rate.
You're welcome. I guess I'll leave you to recuperate now, and maybe I'll see you next time.
Sure thing. Bye. What, you don't even get to let me kiss it better? No.
Time for ice cream.
No, time for saving.
Oh, yes, time for saving. Ice cream next episode.
All right, what's our status? Still good.
Mhm.
We don't know if there's a thing better than good, but if there is,
Probably,
we
but,
haven't reached it yet.
Yeah.